I'm Jake Yost, and I'm from Denver, Colorado. I'm a content writer in the e-commerce industry. I work for a company called Akendo, which is based between the US and Australia. So I write case studies and help with a digital interview series. I've always craved adventure, and I never studied abroad in university, which is something I regretted not doing. So I always wanted to get back out there, see the world, and I discovered a program called Remote Year, and so they coordinated most of the logistics for me, and because I was young at the time, I was 24, I realized it was a good way to immerse myself without overstressing. I've always just wanted to see the world, what it has to offer. I've been fascinated by travel since I was a child. I've always been excited to see the wonders of the world, experience new cultures, and the best way to do that, I thought, was instead of taking vacations, was to make it a lifestyle and do it all in one stretch. Well, I already had a remote job at the time, and so I left all my things at my parents' house, didn't have a place to sell because I was pretty newly out of school, and then just dove in. It was a pretty last-minute decision. I left within 6 months of finding the program and decided to swing it. I don't confine my working hours to a certain part of the day, so I usually start work in the morning, but then I'll do an activity midday, meet friends for lunch, then work more in the evening when my colleagues in the US are awake. I do love Cape Town, which is where we are now. I also really enjoyed Prague and Kyoto, Japan. I think they're as different as it gets from the US culture I grew up in. Just for one, Kyoto has more ritual and ceremony, which I was fascinated by. It was very clean, very orderly. The food is great. And Prague, as far as European cities goes, has everything that Europe has to offer in one place. I'm a very bare bones traveler. I don't bring much. I don't have a second monitor or any technological gear. It's really just me, my carry-on, and a few trinkets I pick up along the way. I like at least a month. I think 2 to 3 weeks is too short, especially when you're working full time. Sometimes I do longer, like Cape Town I'm doing for 7 weeks, which I hope will be sufficient. But anything longer than that, I do get a little antsy. So I think 4 to 5 weeks is a good medium. I would advise to have a planned out budget. Something that I wish I had started doing when I first started traveling when I was younger was to make a real solid plan, because I wasn't making as much money at the time. So make sure you know what your expenses are, what's coming in, what's coming out. Make sure you have enough disposable income that you don't have too much FOMO, but you can also pay for accommodations, whatever program you're doing. Also, if you're withdrawing money from an ATM, always click the other so you can make an uneven number and you get smaller bills that way right off the bat. So I prefer traveling with digital nomad programs like Hacker Paradise, Remote Year, and will eventually do Wi-Fi Tribe, as I enjoy connecting with people who are present for the same thing. We all intend to connect with each other and see the world. We're like-minded, and it's nice to have friends right out the gate as soon as you land. And so that way you can meet locals together, go on adventures. I have done solo travel before, and while it's nice to not have to accommodate someone else's schedule, just do things at my own pace, I do crave connection and friendship and participating in activities with others. Because I started traveling full-time when I was younger, it's not something I want to do forever. I'm so very grateful to have done it when I did and when I am. But as far as long-term, I'd like to have more of a home base and then do more excursions from there, be gone a few months of the year while still having a place to return to instead of being quote-unquote geographically fluid. I would really love to go to Barcelona, which is something I haven't been to yet, as well as Milan. I have a pen pal there. We haven't met before in person. That'd be exciting to see them. And I've always wanted to go to Greece. I've always been fascinated by Greek culture.